And we'd like to welcome you all to our brand new Lunch Club Travel Edition, of course, where we're taking a trip to the Burj Khalifa, so to Dubai, United Arab Emirates. And I really look forward to learning more with Lou, who will be presenting this session today. So again, thank you so much, Lou, for presenting. Looking forward to learning a lot, and I'm there to assist. And thanks so much for presenting.
Great, thank you. Well, folks, I'm so excited to be on this program. You know, I hadn't been to the last place that we visited, but I have been to this place, and it is incredible. So let's learn a little bit about the Burj Khalifa. By chance, has anybody? This is becoming Dubai is becoming a pretty popular destination for folks. Has anybody here been to Dubai before? Anybody been there? They're hosting a lot of corporate meetings and things like that in Dubai, and it's surprising how many people are passing through there nowadays. So, just curious if anybody has been there. Let's get this show on the road. So, this is about the Burj Khalifa. Uh, we'll first learn a little bit about that. We'll learn a bit about it then and now, and then we'll jump into the trivia. So let's see how she goes. First off, let's learn all about the Burj Khalifa. So does anybody know what is this Burj Khalifa? Is it a kind of a, dinner roll, or is it a kind of a plant? Like, what is the Burj Khalifa? Anybody know? Anybody know? Well, the Burj Khalifa is the tallest building in the world and has been for a while and will be for quite some time to come, which is pretty remarkable because buildings usually lose that title pretty quickly. But not in this case because it is so extraordinary. So let's learn a little bit about it. Okay. And by the way, quick note, if you ever go on to websites outside of the United States, there's all kinds of laws in place about cookies, and they require you to answer these questions. Do you reject them? Do you manage them? Or do you accept them all? It's up to you to decide what to do. This clearly is telling me that I'm on a website hosted overseas. I'm just going to go ahead and accept it, and we're going to see this what we have here. So this is the Burj Khalifa right there, and I had been wanting to go to it for years, but I was able to schedule a flight going to Africa to stop in the Burj Khalifa using the skills that we learned on this call. I found a flight that had a long layover in Dubai, and I got a free trip to the Dubai as a result of that. I jumped on the train and I went to the Burj Khalifa, and my gosh, it stands out. You don't have a hard time finding it because you can see it from everywhere. So, Alex, should I dig into this website? Any thoughts on that?
Yes, Lou, you got make sure just go down the page to look through. So
Okay,
it makes it really easy for you.
got it. Okay, so I'll scroll down the page. Got to move all these little icons and the like so I can see where I'm going. Okay, so there's the city of Dubai. It's a beautiful place. So what about the Burj Khalifa? Well, the Burj Khalifa is one of the most iconic and illuminating buildings in the Dubai skyline. It actually is by far the most. Designed by Chicago-based architectural, urban planning, and engineering firm Skidmore, Owings, and Merrill, who also are behind the Manhattan House and the Willis Tower. You all know the Sears Tower in downtown Chicago? Well, that's the same company. And that was the tallest building in the United States for years. Little bit of trivia: the same company is now building something called Jeddah Tower or Kingdom Tower. That someday will take over the Burj as the tallest building in the world. And that same engineering company is building it, by the way, has designed it. But for right now and for the time being, it is the Burj. Famed American architect Adrian Smith was responsible for the vision and the design. When work began in the Burj in January 2004, Many of the project's details, including its height, remain shrouded in mystery. When it opened in 2010, the team behind the Burj Khalifa revealed it had broken not just one, but a staggering 8 world records. Oh my gosh. As well as surpassing Taipei 101, formerly known as the Taipei World Finance Center in Taiwan, as the tallest building in the world. And it's taller by far. It also holds the record of the world's highest occupied floor, the world's highest outdoor observatory deck, and the longest elevator travel distance. Oh my gosh. It stands a dizzying 828 meters or 2,717 feet tall. Anybody know how tall the World Trade Center is, by the way? It's an easy one to remember. Tallest building in the United States. 1776. It was designed to be the year of our independence. 1776. This building is almost 1,000 feet taller than the tallest building in the United States. Get out of here. That's crazy. It boasts of 2 observatory decks at the top. It stands an impressive 452 meters, while at the top of the sky is 550 meters in height, making it the highest observatory deck in the world. The Burj Khalifa in Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol, the Burj Khalifa was caught the eye of Hollywood, having featured numerous films. The most famous was Mission Impossible, where Tom Cruise was scaling the buildings. The fans of the cinema might have spotted an Independence Day. Oh, I didn't notice that. A resurgence and also diamond necklace. Interesting. So how was the Burj built? Well, its innovative design is eye-catching, but also serves a critical purpose. Architect Adrian Smith's inspiration for the tower was I didn't know this, the Hymenop, I can't even pronounce that, flower or spider lily, a regional desert flower. Like the Hymenocalus, the Burj Khalifa has an elegant and balanced design. The tower increases in height, and the wings or petals of the flower reconfigure the shape of the building. This mechanism reduces the wind and elements that impact the building. Although rapid urbanization in Dubai is responsible for environmental issues, including pollution, scarcity of resources, it has taken significant steps in recent years to build greener infrastructure. The Burj Khalifa is an example of a building that embraces the green agenda and circular economy. The tower is covered in solar panels. I didn't know that, which heat more than 440,000 liters of water every day. In turn, this water is used by residents and businesses daily. Well, where are those solar panels? You can't see them. It also includes an irrigation system that collects condensation from the air conditioning, which provides 15 gallons. What? 15 gallons of water a year? That's not much. Some of which is used on the building's landscaping and plants. I think they need to edit this website, folks. 15 gallons. I can fill that in my milk can.
I mean, it's from air conditioning. So, I mean, imagine how much you collect in a year just from condensation from air conditioning. I mean, that seems amazing. I mean, it's if it's just 15, it's I mean 15 more, but even then just them thinking like that environmentally is amazing.
Yeah, yeah. I think they're missing a few zeros though after that after those gallons. Yeah, most of our cars will generate 15 gallons of. Anyway, the difference the project has made. The Burj Khalifa is home to over 900 residential units and can hold up to 10,000 people at any given time. My gosh. As well as private residents. It houses businesses ranging from real estate, construction firms, Armani hotels, offices, fine dining, with the proximity to the Dubai Mall. It's actually in the Dubai Mall. It attracts legions of tourists from almost 7 million people visiting in 2019. What makes the Burj Khalifa such a standout building is its unique design, hybrid nature. It's a multi-purpose construction. It captures a variety of modern Dubai, highlighting the city as a leader in world construction, business, and tourism. It really is a beautiful building. I've really got to give them credit for that. All right, so let's keep moving on. Okay, I think I've got to go back, right?
Yeah, yep.
Okay, so Flights to Dubai. Oh, I love this section here. Let's have a look at this. So lots of flights transfer in Dubai. Dubai is a major hub.
It's very cheap.
Look at that. Come on, guys. We go there instead of going to Detroit sometime. Check that out.
I want you to look at the one, the first one under other departing flights. That's really the only one and a cheap one with a very long layover. So
Oh,
that
the Turkish?
yeah, the 668. Hit the
Six? That's crazy. Look at that price,
arrow.
folks. You
Hit,
can go to, that's cheaper than going to LA from
yeah.
DC. Look at that. Get out of here. Let's dig
Tap,
into that one.
oh, so tap on so go back and then hit the arrow. Sorry. Because if you go through it, it still shows you that. But look, hit the mini arrow on the right hand side.
Oh, okay, okay. Oh, nice,
And
nice.
look at the layover. I know you like that place.
Oh, look at that, folks. You arrive to leave Dulles Airport 2 p.m. You arrive in Istanbul. Nice. Oh, what a town that is. World class attraction there. 8 a.m. And check that out. You get the entire next day, 24 hours in Istanbul before you go to Dubai. Sign me up. That's incredible, Alex. Great job finding that. So you get a free trip to Istanbul for going to Dubai. I mean, that's unbelievable. Nice job, Alex. All right, so but check those prices out. Let's go back to that again. I mean, that is remarkable, isn't it, folks? What are they just went up in the last 1 minute? Oh no, now they're going down.
That's interesting. I haven't seen it too often. Those two flights, this is a nonstop flight, I think. That's interesting.
Mm, yeah, 12 hours. A lot of the flights going into Africa will connect through Emirates. Emirates is a total. It's the opposite of Spirit Airlines. It is the absolute luxury airlines. Emirates, beautiful airline. You always want to fly Emirates if you can. Um, yeah. Okay. Very good stuff. So let's continue on. DC to Dubai. Okay. So let's get lay the land here. So we're going to start off in Washington, D.C. at our usual place, the Department of Aging and Community Living. We're going to stroll on down to Union Station. And then as you saw, these planes going to Dubai pretty much all leave out of Dulles Airport. So we're going to go over to Dulles. Easy to find because it's such a big airport. We're going to take off from Dulles, gain some altitude, gain a lot of altitude, get way up there. And then we're going to travel across the ocean. We got to gain even more altitude because we got to see where we're going. And then we're going to cross the ocean. A lot of these airlines, go north because the Earth is wider at the center and thinner at the top. And then it goes south. And then it goes south, south, south. Now, an interesting thing, last time I went into this area, we landed in Qatar right here, which is pretty close to Dubai right here. And what was really, really weird about it was right during the war, they were launching missiles between Iran and Israel, like the day before. So it's a little spooky when you take Emirates or these or Qatar Airlines because they fly right over Iraq, Syria, Iran. It's a little on the spooky side, but everything was fine. No missiles, no drones, and then you land in Dubai. Everybody see Dubai right there? So these are little countries. United Arab Emirates. These are little countries. Qatar right here. These guys are the ones that are negotiating the peace with Israel and Hamas. United Arab Emirates. Let's drill down into Dubai. Let's get closer and closer and see where we're going. Okay, so that's a good sized city. Now the Burj. Interesting thing about Dubai, I will say that I as far as skyscraper cities go, I like New York better because Dubai has this main drag. Does everybody sort of see that? Whoops, it's gonna try to. It's got this. It's like Main Street. It's like Main Street right here. Has all these skyscrapers on it. and it doesn't look as pretty as New York, where the skyscrapers are all spread out. And you can see the Burj Khalifa is right here, and it has a pond on it. So let's see if we can get a feeling of what this looks like. I'm gonna turn let's see if we can get a feeling of this. So you can see the cities right here. I'm gonna see if I can drop a man here and see what from the top of this freeway and see what the city looks like. Well, that wasn't too helpful. So there you can see how there's like a main drag and then there's skyscrapers on both sides. I didn't find that to be as attractive as New York that has skyscrapers spread throughout. It was sort of weird to me that why would you have skyscrapers and then a block in there's none at all. Y'all see that? It's like driving down Main Street with all these skyscrapers. Now, not that these aren't impressive buildings. They are very, very impressive buildings, all these right here. But
They're beautifully constructed. The architecture is amazing.
yeah, they really are. But the thing is, when you go just a block off the main street, there are no skyscrapers. So that I found to be interesting. And look at that. Look right there. The building that stands out. See all guys? Isn't that a beauty? There she is, the Burj Khalifa. All right, so let's get back to the presentation. Any questions so far?
Lou, did you go inside the building and get on the elevator? Did you?
Yeah, so I went inside the building. I took a shuttle from the airport to the Dubai Mall, and then the Dubai Mall is down toward the bottom. And then I walked around the mall. You know, it was actually surprisingly not that crowded. Uh, I was there in 2016, 2017. And it was and I didn't go up the elevator only because it was too expensive.
Oh
Uh,
yeah. Hey,
it
get on
was
the elevator?
yeah, I didn't go up the elevator because it was really expensive. I probably
Oh,
should have, but oh well. No,
wow.
no, no. But not only that, it was a huge line. It was like
Oh,
hours long. I only had so much time in my break off the plane, so I couldn't wait in the
okay.
line. So I now that I remember, I would have gone, but the line was enormous, and
Oh,
you get people from all over the world lining up. So let's look at some of the things it's got. It's got dining. It's got
This
luxury
is their actual
hotels.
website.
Yep.
Yeah. And the prices, I was going to like the experiences, it's kind of a lot, but with the AAD, their currency, it's like about $1, $1 is about like three and a third AED, that's their currency. So if you look at it, something that's 1,000 AED, that's about $330 or so. So, some of the experiences were very, very affordable. It's just the time slots,
What did you see, Alex? How much is an elevator ride up nowadays to the top?
Well, I didn't check out the elevator per se. Some of the other experiences like the fine dining or the stays or some of the experiences there. So, but yes, I wanted to showcase this because they have their own website. I mean, it's just kind of amazing to see this graphic right here as well.
Beautiful. If someone has a chance, because now that I'm remembering, let me know if you have a chance. Tell me how much it costs to take the elevator up the top. And they do have these reservations, and I should have thought about that in advance. But
You'll see it in the next slide as well, Lou. So I would check
okay,
it out as well. So, but again, it's just an amazing site, and then you can see just more of what's around. So like the Dubai fountain, that's really gorgeous. The inside of it, I mean, like this opera stage, being able to do that activity. Oh my goodness.
what are they? Have you cleaned the windows, or
Yeah,
what are you doing
sky,
there?
look, it says sky views, Lou. You can actually harness yourself and scale the building in a way.
Or that's not that's another building, but yeah, interesting. Okay, but you see how pretty that building is, isn't it, folks?
Yeah,
It's really pretty, really,
there
really
are,
well
there
done.
seem like there are a lot of skyscrapers. Some almost as tall.
No, they looked as tall as from the ground, but this building is so much taller than all the other ones.
It
So
is?
much tall. Oh, so much taller.
Yes.
Okay.
It's kind of hard to not like if you don't see it in person, kind of to imagine, but it's so so yeah, it's really high. Oh, okay, Mr. Dave shared it's about 179 to take the elevator, so about $60 USD to take the elevator up, Lou.
Nice. And what does it say the wait times are? Like you have to book in advance, or what does it say on that?
An hour and a half to 2 hours.
Okay. So for me, I think I had like a 4 hour layover, so I had to race over there, and I just
Oh
wanted to
yeah.
see it and get up and get inside the building. So I wasn't that, I mean, I would have had time if I would have gone up there, but uh,
Thank you, Mr. Dave, for researching that. Great job.
all right. Well, this is wonderful. So a lot of good sights to see. Remarkable structure, just a remarkable structure. Let's jump back because I'm usually running way over. Oh, nice. Tickets and tours. So let's see what we're talking about here. Okay, so the Burj Khalifa Opera. Okay, so this is so look at that. I've got ahead of myself. So the observation ticket's $57, and it's 1 to 2 hours. So I guess that's a 1 to 2 hour opportunity. It's not just the wait time, but you're up there for 1 to 2 hours. Premium access. What does that mean? Take home vivid memories of Dubai's crowning glory with a tour through parts of the Burj Khalifa that you have access to. Okay, look at that. Nice.
Yeah, each of them are different price points, different the different experiences. They have a general experience, a premium, and a whatever the one higher up as that is. But yeah, there you can different type of luxury as you please.
Has anybody been to Chicago, seen the Sears Tower?
Yeah.
So what's interesting, and we might see it in a video, how they built this is like these are actually multiple separate towers sistered onto each other for support. And it has, if you know how a leg, if it has 3 legs, it stands. If it has 4 legs, it can be tippy, but 3 legs make a perfect stand. Well, a lot of these buildings designed by Adrian Smith have 3 legs to them. So the Sears Tower actually has 3 towers that are all glued together to give it support. The Burj Khalifa has three legs, so to speak, with multiple towers, sort of glued together. And then the new one, the Jeddah Tower, it's under construction. It's going to be over a kilometer, over 1,000 meters. So it'll be 500 feet taller than this. But what's interesting about that's also the same design. It has the 3 main legs to it. And if we have time, we can jump over to it and I'll show you what that one looks like. That'll be the next tallest building in the world. And that's in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia. Okay, entrance ticket. What? This is the top admission. It gives you access to the 124 and 125th floor. Okay. I was going to say I got in the building and it wasn't cost me anything. The full day Dubai city tour, $215. Okay. Burj Khalifa ticket with the cafe treat. Oh, that sounds nice. $30 cafe treat though. I might skip that. Big bus Dubai hop on hop off bus tour. That is nice. So there's a lot to do there. A lot to do. Top 20 attractions with the Burj Khalifa. So this probably doesn't, for $59, it probably doesn't take you to the top of the Burj just to see it. So lots of opportunities to see things, see buildings. Well, look at that, folks. They got some kind of a nice aquarium there, don't they?
Yeah, I would want to go to that. When I was so interested when I saw that. So
Burj Khalifa, the Dubai Aquarium with Penguin Cove tickets. Interesting. And then there it is right there. What?
Oh yeah, it's much taller than the others. I see it now.
Yeah, much taller. The one thing interesting, depending on the direction of the wind, a lot of times you get off the plane in these countries, and I noticed when we took the trip we recently took in that area, you could smell the petroleum from the wells, depending on the direction of the wind. Uh, lots of good stuff here. I won't go through all of it.
Yeah, there's just so many different options, and this is just from one site. There are, other ones, but TripAdvisor is really, really popular, and there's some good deals. So, hope you guys get to check it out one day.
You can see the three pedals, the three legs of the building here. You see that?
Mm-hmm.
One leg. So in a lot of these tallest buildings in the world share that in common, these three legs. All right, so let's get back to business here. Great. Okay, so that's the tours and tickets. Burj Khalifa then and now. Okay, so let's see what this is all about. Ooh, we know who this guy is.
Mm-hmm.
Lou, you have to turn on your sound, Lou.
I was afraid of that. Hold on. Let me stop. Sorry about that, folks. Give me a sec. Give me a sec. Okay, and I'll start it from the top. Here we go.
Welcome to... This is Asia, and here's the United Arab Emirates. Now let's go, shall we? What's it like here on the Arabian Peninsula? It's very hot and mostly desert, but long, long ago this land was also mostly desert. But before that, it was green and verdant, and ancient rock art shows that there were strange antelope creatures living there with big squiggly horns, and of course, there are no animals like that anymore. Anyway, over the millennia, Arabia became home to various cultures. Around 1000 BC, the people domesticated the camel, which helped with trade, and the people ate dates and made daggers to kill each other, especially people who stole dates. Part of the land also fell to the Persians, and there was a clever water supply system built that supplied water. Some say the system began in Iran, some say Arabia. Actually, it was me, but moving on. Coastal settlements gained wealth via trade, the Greeks recording the exports from this part of Arabia being pearls, gold, wine, slaves, and of course, dates. Iranian control returned with the Sasanian Empire, but that ended in the 7th century with the uniting of the Arab clans under the religion of Islam, which conquered and has dominated the peninsula ever since. So the centuries swished away and pearls became the mainstay of the region's economy. Then, in the 1500s, the Portuguese barged their way into the region and its trade network and built a number of forts to protect its interests. By the 18th century, however, Portuguese power had diminished as the Dutch and British ascended, and coastal Arab tribes began stepping up their interest in maritime affairs. The Al-Qawasim began targeting British merchant ships and killing their crews. This angered Britain, whose navy at the time was busy fighting Napoleon. In 1809, however, Britain sent a punitive force that succeeded in sinking many Qasimi vessels, but failed to stop the piracy. So the British returned and brutally crushed the Al-Qawasim, destroyed their forts, towns and ships, and those of allied sheikhs. The aftermath was that the British signed a treaty with the region's sheikhs, and piracy was effectively dismantled in the locale. This portion of Arabia was afterwards called the Trucial States, after the truce signed in 1853 that ensured peace. But there was still conflict between the Arabs. For example, the war between the Emirate of Abu Dhabi and Qatar. These emirates became a protectorate of the British Empire in 1892, but were generally left free to govern themselves. In the 20th century, the pearl industry crumbled after the Japanese developed the cultured pearl industry. But then oil was discovered, which would provide the enormous wealth of the Emirates. By the 1960s, the British decided it was too costly to maintain their military presence there and announced they would be withdrawing their forces. Iran went and invaded and took control of these islands. Meanwhile, the ruler of Abu Dhabi pushed for the Emirates to unify, and they did, and in 1971 the United Arab Emirates was born, made up of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and later 7 Emirates. These two chose to be their own countries. Anyway, Zayed became the first president, and under his leadership, the UAE used its massive income from oil to build. Big buildings designed by some of the world's finest architects, the population becoming outnumbered by foreign workers, who nevertheless nevertheless were not and are not allowed their own unions, nor are they allowed to go on strike. Anyway, the UAE today, despite some human rights issues, has a very high level of human development and is one of the richest nations in the world with a strong tourist industry. Cities like Dubai attracting visitors to the sparkly attractions of its oil-veined wonderlands. But what awaits the UAE in the years ahead? Comment below, but for now, bye-bye!
Well, that was excellent, folks. Any reflections on what we just saw? Any reflections?
Well, the British have been everywhere.
Yep. What's the
Yep,
saying? The sun never goes down in the British
on the
Empire?
British Empire.
Yeah. Any other thoughts? Yeah, a pretty recent country. I didn't realize how recent it was.
Mm-hmm.
Same here. It was really interesting.
Yeah. All right, let's get the show on the road. Oops, I think I went too far. Okay, Arab culture, interesting. Let's get this going here.
Ever wondered how a city in the middle of the desert became a global hub of culture and innovation? Welcome to Dubai, the jewel of the United Arab Emirates, where tradition and modernity coexist in a vibrant tapestry of cultural diversity. Dubai, a city that rose from the sands, has a culture deeply rooted in the Islamic traditions that shape its way of life. It's a society that adheres to the wisdom passed down through generations, yet it embraces change and innovation with open arms. Imagine walking down the streets of Dubai. You'll feel the city's pulse, a rhythm that merges the beats of the past and the future. You'll hear the melodic call to prayer that resonates across the city, a testament to the strong Islamic faith that is the cornerstone of Emirati culture. Yet, in the very same moment, you'll witness the marvel of towering skyscrapers, symbols of Dubai's relentless pursuit of progress. In the heart of Dubai, you'll find bustling souks filled with gold, spices and fragrances that tell tales of the city's trading heritage. The aroma of freshly brewed Arabic coffee wafts through the air, a scent that has welcomed visitors for centuries. And at the end of the day, you'll see families gather together to break their fast during Ramadan, a time of reflection and community. But Dubai's culture is not just about preserving the past, it's about envisioning the future. The city boasts a thriving arts scene, with galleries showcasing local and international talent. It has become a melting pot of cuisines from around the world, a testament to its cosmopolitan demographic, and despite its rapid development, Dubai remains committed to its sustainability goals, aiming to be a global leader in green living. Dubai's culture is a reflection of its people, warm, welcoming, and forward-thinking. It's a city that values its roots while reaching for the stars, a place where every visitor can find a piece of themselves. To summarize, Dubai's culture is a blend of traditional Islamic values and modern innovation. Its bustling souks, the melodic call to prayer, and the aroma of Arabic coffee are testaments to its rich heritage. At the same time, its towering skyscrapers, thriving art scene, and commitment to sustainability signify its progressive vision. In Dubai, the past and future are not contradictory, but complementary. This is the essence of Dubai, a city that has achieved a harmonious balance between preserving its culture and embracing change.
Oh, that was good. Any thoughts or questions about what we just saw, folks? You know, I love the old parts of it. There's places you can go down, these old shops, and you can grab a hookah. Anybody ever do the hookah thing? Where you have that water pipe and they put that flavored tobacco in it? Well, if you ever have a chance to do it, I can't say enough about it. It's really a nice experience. It's very calming, very special thing to do with a loved one or a friend, just to talk about current events. It's really, really a wonderful thing that a lot of these Arabic communities have. All right, let's get it going again.
Ever wondered how a city in the
Oops, sorry about that. Interesting. 3D street drawing in downtown. I didn't know about this. Let's check it out. That is really cool. Oh my gosh. All right. Let's go on to the next one. Oh, this is the one I want to watch. Here we go.
By the end of the 20th century, the race to build the world's tallest skyscraper grinded to a halt. Each new contender was only slightly taller than the one before, and architects were running out of ways to top their previous efforts. But in 2004, construction began on a new building in Dubai, promising a revolutionary design that would dwarf the competition. In 2009, the 828-meter Burj Khalifa was complete, surpassing the previous record holder by over 60%. So, what innovations allowed for such a huge leap in height? For most of architectural history, heavy building materials made it difficult for tall buildings to support their own weight. To compensate, taller structures had wider, thicker masonry at the base, making them substantially more expensive. The arrival of industrial steel in the early 20th century helped buildings shed weight and stretch to new heights. But steel frames required intensive labor to produce, often under poor working conditions. And when they were finished, these three-dimensional grids took up huge amounts of space inside buildings. Tall steel skyscrapers also had larger, less dense surfaces, making them vulnerable to strong winds. Architects designed various countermeasures to prevent swaying and structural damage, but to increase height further, engineers would have to completely rethink how tall buildings were designed. Enter the father of modern skyscrapers, Fazlur Rahman Khan. This Bangladeshi-American engineer believed tall structures should bear their weight where they were widest and most stable, on the outside. He proposed swapping an internal grid of steel beams for a steel and concrete exoskeleton that would make buildings more resilient to wind while using far less heavy materials. Khan developed this idea into what he called tubular designs. These buildings had exterior steel frames that were braced with concrete and connected to horizontal floor beams. Tubular frames proved superior at absorbing and transferring the force of wind to a building's foundation. And since the exterior walls could bear the bulk of the load, internal supporting columns could be removed to maximize space. Following the 1960s, tubular design became the industry standard. This new philosophy allowed for the construction of taller, sturdier skyscrapers, including many of the record holders for world's tallest building. But planning the Burj Khalifa would take one more innovation. In 2004, the late Fazlur Khan's longtime employers, Skidmore, Owings, and Merrill, completed the Tower Palace 3 in South Korea. This building took Khan's exoskeleton design one step further, with a central column supported by 3 protruding wings. Each wing's weight carries the other 2, while the heavy concrete core acts as a support beam that also houses the building's elevators and mechanical infrastructure. This design, called the buttressed core, allowed the entire structure to work as a single load-bearing unit, supporting the building's 73 stories. SOM was confident the buttressed core could support a much taller building, and they were determined to see how high they could go with their next project. As only the second building to use this design, the Burj Khalifa spans an unprecedented 163 floors. To battle the monumental vertical and lateral forces, the design strategically places the strongest, load-bearing areas where the wind is also most powerful. Additionally, the Y-shaped layout was specifically calibrated to minimize local wind forces. Every several floors, one of the wings recedes slightly, forming a series of setbacks in a clockwise pattern. This spiral shape disperses air currents, transforming 240 km/h winds into harmless gusts. Considering its height and unique design, the Burj Khalifa was completed in a staggeringly short 5-year period. However, this pace came at a great human cost. The workforce consisted mostly of South Asian migrants who regularly endured shifts over 12 hours long for a daily wage of roughly $10. Those who tried to quit or return home had their paychecks and passports withheld by the project's construction company. These abusive conditions led to multiple protests, in addition to at least one suicide and one fatal accident reported on site. In the years following the tower's completion, the United Arab Emirates fell under harsh scrutiny for failing to enforce worker protection laws. Hopefully, future projects will prioritize the individuals behind these engineering marvels over the buildings themselves. The Burj Khalifa is currently the tallest building in the world, but how high can we go? What about a mile-high skyscraper? Check out this video to find out if such a mega structure is even possible. Or for something more terrestrial, discover why cities need trees to survive.
All right, folks. Any thoughts on that? Any thoughts?
For that last bit, it just reminded me how much it took for them to build or create the Great Wall of China. So, I mean, I guess with greatness comes, some tragedies. So, it really puts things into perspective. But the architecture is amazing. The geometry and the minds that it took for them to create, all of the infrastructure is amazing.
Yeah. Any other thoughts on what you just saw? I had never heard about the South Asians working for $10 a day. That is tragic. I mean,
I'm shocked.
this is 2004, right? How could this happen in this day and age?
Right. But Lou, isn't it the UAE isn't a fairly new country? So, versus maybe some of the other places we visited where they've been in existence for hundreds of years, it just makes me think about that.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, that sort of makes me think twice about going there, to be honest with you, knowing how that was built. That's a little bit harsh, like a lot harsh.
I think it's sad that they weren't allowed to quit.
Oh my gosh,
And you would
right?
take their passports and their pay away. I just think that no matter how young you are as a country or a nation, still it's people. And when you think about your own families and you wouldn't do that to your own families. Why would you do that to someone else just for progress? But that's the way the world we live in today.
And I didn't know much about the United Arab Emirates, but when I go to the tennis tournament, the City Open here in DC, in Northwest DC, they have some beautiful young women in beautiful red attire. And so I think that the UAE is one of the sponsors of the tennis tournament that's held here in Rock Creek Park in DC. And they even have pillows that you can sit on that says United Arab Emirates. And I've never been to their embassy, but I see it's on International Court in Cleveland Park, right here in DC. And I'd like to maybe go there sometime.
Definitely to learn
Yeah.
more. That's a great idea, Vaughn. Hope you get to do that.
Yes.
And let me share a little bit of tidbit. I don't know. Has anybody been to like Europe or anywhere, in that region recently, like in the last 10 years? What I wanted to share is the fate of the people from Bangladesh. So, this is just my observation. I don't know if it's truth or what it is, but there is a feeling that I've gotten before that the people of Bangladesh are looked at as, sort of like an inferior kind of a kind of a people, and that could really be taken advantage of. There are cases in Europe of the migrants from Bangladesh being put in indentured servitude, selling trinkets at markets, and they weren't fed unless they sold so many trinkets. And it was almost this accepted kind of a thing for the people from Bangladesh who are fleeing the poverty and the rising ocean levels in Bangladesh to be just severely mistreated. That might be worth a program all in itself here. And it's not a secret. I mean, it's sort of somewhat known. And when they said people from South Asia, I think they could have easily said the people of Bangladesh, because I don't think they're doing that to people from India. I think it's mainly the Bangladesh people. Anyway, just my 2 cents from having seen this kind of thing before. All right. Anything else? All right, let's keep on going. All right, so inside the Burj Khalifa. Oh, all right, I'm getting excited. Oh, Alex, I keep running over.
The Burj Khalifa is currently the tallest building in the world. Today, we'll take a detailed look at the shape of the building and what the different floors are used for. Alright, so a little geography. Let's make sure we know where we're at. Here's Africa, Europe, and Asia. Towards the bottom of Asia is a country called the United Arab Emirates. The Burj Khalifa is here in the city of Dubai. It's right in the middle of busy downtown. There's some roads, freeways, surrounding buildings, and places to walk. The Dubai fountains, which have spectacular shows, and of course the Dubai shopping mall. The building was opened in January of 2010. The highest occupied floor is level 160. Above this point is the spire. The total height of the building is 828 meters. Let's compare it to a few other tall buildings. Here's the second and third tallest buildings in the world, and here's a few others you might recognize. The building has a unique shape. If we look at the base of it, you'll see that it has a Y shape, almost like a flower. It allows the wind to pass around it. We certainly wouldn't want the top of the building to sway in the wind. As the building extends upwards, one of the three petals will shrink in a rotating pattern. So this petal shrinks, and then this one, and then this one. This gives us a spiral effect all the way to the top. The building has three main entrances, one for residents, one for hotel, and one for offices. Let's take a look at what each of the floors are used for. There are hotel suites, residential, people buy and rent living space on these floors, mechanical rooms to make sure the building's working properly, sky lobbies, you can take elevators directly to these floors, observatories for the public to see, office space for companies to rent, there's even a restaurant on the 122nd floor. Broadcasting rooms, and above here is the spire. You'll need to use ladders, and the public generally isn't allowed up here. You'll find all the elevators at the core of the building. This building pushed elevator technology to its limits. There's no elevator that services every single floor. To get to the highest floors, you'll need to first take an elevator to one of the sky lobbies, then get on another elevator to take you the rest of the way. It's a long way up, but just in case you get bored, there's a video screen to keep you entertained. Some of these are actually double-deck elevators. They are able to service 2 floors at one time. Let's take a look at one of the hotel floors. Once you get off the elevators, you can go to any one of the 3 wings to find your room. The rooms vary in size from a smaller 1-bedroom all the way up to a large and spacious hotel suite at the very end. If you need a bit more of a view, there are more hotel rooms on the 38th and 39th floors. As a tourist, you can ride the elevators to the 124th or 125th floors. If you want to pay a little extra, you can get into another elevator and go all the way up to the 148th floor. I hope you're not afraid of heights. For now, the Burj Khalifa is still the tallest building in the world, but this may change in the coming years. You know what they say about records, they are always made to be broken. This video was made possible by your support on Patreon. If you'd like to help me make more videos like this, then go ahead and check out my Patreon page. I'll put a link for it right here.
All right, folks. That was interesting. I love that. Alex, I am so far over, it's ridiculous. But it's trivia time. Take us away, Alex.
Thank you, Lou, for presenting today. I hope you guys learned a lot about the Burj Khalifa today in the Dubai and the United Arab Emirates. So, again, I hope you all learned a lot of new things today. As always, we're going to do trivia. So let's make sure if you'd like to answer one of the trivia questions, you must raise your hand in Zoom. So again, just to go over quickly, I want everyone in Zoom to please raise their hand. You can hit more at the top right and then tap on raise hand. Or if your toolbar is at the bottom of the screen, you can tap on reactions and then tap on raise hand, okay? So thank you so much. We have 6 hands. Let's see if we can get some more. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, you guys, really appreciate it. So we have 8 hands. Thank you so much. Again, if you'd like to answer one of the multiple choice questions, please raise your hand in Zoom. I'll take 3 answerers or 3 persons for each question, okay? So don't forget to lower your hand and mute yourself after you share your answer. But besides that, we're going to go ahead and get started. So we're going to be answering the odd numbered questions today. So as soon as I share my screen, I'll be ready for 3 persons for this question, okay? So first up, what is the height of the Burj Khalifa? Is it 828 meters, 605 meters, 442 meters, or 533 meters? Take the first 3 hands. Okay, we have 2 so far. Thank you so much. 2 so far. I'll take one more. One more hand for this question. Okay, thanks so much. All right, Brenda M., what do you say?
It's 828 meters.
Okay. Yvonne, what do you say?
828 meters.
Okay. And Miss Brenda Thompson, what do you say?
828 meters.
All right. Well, thank you guys so much for your answer. And this time we'll be able to see the answer immediately. So all of you said 128 or 828 meters. Let's see if you guys are right. And you are. The height of the Burj Khalifa is 828 meters. So congrats to you 3. You're in the running for a prize today. Okay. Again, odd numbered questions. So 1 second. Go ahead. Our next question. When was the Burj Khalifa officially opened? Was it 2010, 2005, 2008, or 2014? 3 hands for this question. Okay, yep, you got to raise your hand as soon as you can. All right, Yvonne, what do you say?
2010, Alex.
All right. Brenda M., what do you say?
I say 2014.
Okay. And then Miss Clement, what do you say?
2010.
All right. Let's see. Let's see. I have 2 for 2010 and 1 for 2014. We'll go with 2010 and let's see what it is. Let's submit. And it's 2010. So congratulations. The Burj Khalifa was officially open on January 4th, 2010. So again, congrats. Thanks so much, you guys. We have 3 more questions. So this is number 3. Again, we're doing odd numbered questions. Adrian Smith behind the design of Burj Khalifa. I wouldn't know that without today's session. So again, really interesting, learning quite a bit. All right. And our next question is, how many floors does the Burj Khalifa have? Does it have 163, 102, 189, or 76 floors? Yeah, we'll take the first 3 hands. All right, Yvonne, what do you say?
163, Alex.
All right, thank you. Brenda M., what do you say?
I agree, 163.
All right. And then Ms. Jeanette, what do you say?
163.
All right. All right. Thanks so much. Let's see. All of us picked the same one, 163. And let's submit our answer. And you guys got it correct. Congratulations. Has a total of 160 feet floors. Again, that's just amazing, right? Two more questions. This is number 6. Yep, mixed use, residential, commercial use, Burj Khalifa, as we learned, with the mall and the residential. Which company built the Burj Khalifa? Was it Samsung C&T, Turner Construction, was it Skanska, or WSP Global? First 3 hands. Which company built the Burj Khalifa? Take the first 3 hands. Yep, hope you guys like the question so far. We have 1 hand. We need 2 more for this question. Okay, 1 more, you guys. Alrighty now. Okay, Brenda M., what do you say?
Samsung C&T.
Okay. Ms. Brenda T., what do you say?
Samsung C&T.
Okay. And then Miss Wilda, what do you say?
Yes, I gotta go with the group, man. Samsung C&T.
Alrighty then. So let's see what happens. Let's see. Everyone said Samsung C&T, and you guys are correct. Burj Khalifa was constructed by Samsung C&T, a South Korean company. So again, good job, you all. We have 1 more, number 9. Number 9. 1 more. Let's see. It took about 6 years for them to build it. Okay, yeah, learning a lot. 6 years to build the Burj Khalifa, 2004 to 2006. Last question. What is the design inspiration behind the Burj Khalifa? Was it the homunculus flower, the pyramid, sailboat, or lotus flower? All right, we got 3. Miss Brenda T., what do you say?
The Himalayan flower.
Okay, thank you so much. Miss Geraldine, what do you say?
The same thing, Himalayan flower.
All right, and Yvonne, what do you say?
Yes, Himalayan flower.
All right. Thank you so much, you guys. You all picked the same one for that one. Let's see if it's correct. And it is. So congratulations, you guys. I answered correctly. You guys did wonderful with this trivia. We learned so much about the Burj Khalifa, about Dubai, about the UAE today. So thank you so much for participating. Let's go ahead and go into our wheel. So of course, I'm gonna go to input all of your initials today. But again, congrats to all of the correct answers today. Appreciate it. And your participation. Again, we learned so much when we have fun together, okay? All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and start our wheel. For our first winner, let's see who wins. And it's a close one, but we got Miss Brenda McManus as our first winner for today. So congratulations. And let's see our second winner for today. Let's see who wins. And it's gonna be Miss Wilda. Congratulations, Miss Wilda and Miss Brenda
Thank
McManus.
you.
You guys both won a holiday ornament prize for next year, okay?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you
You
for
can give mine to
participating.
Geraldine.
Oh, okay. Are
I'm
you
giving it
sure,
to
Brenda?
Geraldine.
Okay, well, that's so kind of you, Miss Brenda, okay?
Mhm.
And
Thank you so much.
Alex, is there time for me to show folks the Jeddah Tower, the next tallest building in the world, which is currently under construction? Just a real quick one.
I would share it as a link, Blue. It's already, it's
Too
almost
late?
time already. Sorry.
Okay, I'll share it
Yes,
for that's
yes.
your homework, folks.
What is
Look
it
up
called, Blue? The
Look
Jeddah?
up the Jeddah Tower, JEDDAH, the Jeddah JEDDAH Tower.
Okay,
It's actually designed by Adrian Smith It's prettier than the Burj Khalifa, and it's going to be over 1 kilometer tall. It'll be hundreds of feet taller than the Burj Khalifa, and it's under construction right now.
Oh, well, thank you, Lou.
Okay.
Thank you so much for sharing that. And thank you for presenting today, you guys. It was a lot of fun. And be sure to be with us next week for our next edition of our lunch club. I'll see you guys at 1:30. Thank you, Lou.
Thank you,
All right.
Brenda.
Thanks, everybody.
You're
Thanks,
welcome,
Ella.
For the
Shirley.
winners.
Bye, everybody.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, Lou.
Thank you, Lou.
Bye. Bye,
Thank
everybody.
Have a
you.
good day. Thank you, Lou.
Thanks, everyone. Thanks, Alex. Thanks, everybody.
Lou Ronald